Okay. I, my enormous right now, but you know. Okay, if I'm not able to speak, uh, I've been having a bad day of passing out all day long today, and I mean, my the deal that caused me to pass out, I had it quite a few times. So if I do sleep, it's not because of that. No, no, it is because of that. Did we get a chance back yet? No, not yet. The two on the challenge that we lost almost a week ago, just about a week ago. Uh, Please. And pretty much what they are anyway, cookies. Hello, everyone. Hey, read the descriptions on the description chart there. It might explain what's going on with my videos right now a little bit. And that's how you all that. Hello. I don't know one thing. I don't forget this one. I don't either. Okay, looks like we're going to be in for a very stormy night here. Um, Let me look at the radar map here for a minute. That's why we came on right now, in case we get a storm that hits us and we had to shut it off right away. And that's why we came on just now. And I don't know how fast these storms are moving, but we got tons and tons and tons of storms just to our west right now, west and northwest. I mean, just if this gets into the line, look out, we got some. I want to put this close to the county line, as much as possible. Put that right in there. We're kind of right in there anyway. We got multiple severe storms in the Texas Panhandle right now that's coming into the state in about another, I would say another, I don't know what time it's that, but it is literally putting some downpours out of it. And look at the downpour. I mean, it's got some serious rainfalls out of it. So I'll not be surprised to see they got, to see the TV go out with this kind of rain. And I'm going to tell you, yeah, that's the kind of voice about or something. Um, well, I'm not going to get them. I don't know. I don't care. Mm. But 1 o'clock in the morning, this phone was there. And there's a storm right outside of our area up in just west of here in the Texas Panhandle. Coming in this way, by the way, so I'm going to keep a very close eye on that part of Beckham County. I mean, it's going to punch in there a little while, and I don't know what time. Um, and right now, it's in the upper 80s right now until the rain gets there. Now, I'm not for saying what time it will rain here right now, but it's moving at 40 miles an hour, so it will not take very long to get here. Not very long, maybe about a minute, maybe. Moving at 40 miles an hour, that is pretty darn steep. Uh-oh. Well, it's gonna be no good. Well, that one for one, one anyway, they both got $100. Well, that's pretty exciting. It looks like we could be in the dark. I don't know. Let me see what kind of thunderstorms back here. Oh yeah, it looks like we got a whole big bundle of storms coming in. I mean, by the landfall full, and it's just west of Shamrock, so and Shamrock's about 40 miles away, so at least will give us an hour. I'm going to put Elk City almost outside the line now. Well, these on me and then bring them up a little bit. I know the county line's located out here. The rain shadow is just outside of Shamrock, going into Shamrock right now, so that's close to about 40 minutes away, so we got enough time. We got time. We do have time to. Here's David Payne.
Good evening, everyone. Still tracking some severe weather that is right now in far western Oklahoma and out in the panhandles. Our storm trackers are out. We've got a team out, Val and Amy Castor, also Vaughn Castor, and Jeremy Carter. They're way out to the west. And let's take Val's shot full screen here. Val, your storm, it's certainly severe. Go ahead and give us an update.
Yes, and so we are in the Oklahoma Panhandle in Beaver County, and we're seeing now how this whole system is taking shape. It is blowing out just to our south. The highest winds we've seen so far has been about 50 to 55 miles an hour, but I have a feeling there's stronger winds than that bow part of it coming into the western part of the state. We'll keep an eye on it. Back to you.
Right, absolutely. And yeah, we're starting to see those wind gusts pick up a little bit more in the Texas Panhandle, and all of this is eventually going to move into western Oklahoma. Some of the storms have already made it into far western Oklahoma. Now let's go to Links 1. I'm going to kind of show you where we're at. So new severe thunderstorm watch that almost approaches I-35. So just west of I-35, that goes until 1 o'clock in the morning. The thing is, a lot of the data is still bringing it as it moves into central Oklahoma. It should weaken quite a bit. But as it moves into western Oklahoma, it's easily still going to be severe. But right now, the biggest threats are going to be the damaging wind gusts, potentially even over 70 miles an hour. So we're going to be tracking that very closely. So you can see where Val and Amy are. They are now moving into parts of Harper County. Jeremy Carter, he's moving towards there. He's going to watch this line of storms. And Vaughn Castor, he's coming in behind Val, and he's going to track these storms off to the east. So zooming in a little bit closer here up to Harper County, that one storm just south of Buffalo is kind of falling apart, but still some moderate to at times a little bit heavy rain. But some severe storms that go from Knowles down to just south of Slap Out, just into Shattuck. Right now, that Shattuck storm, not technically severe, but certainly some heavy rain, quite a bit of lightning. A little bit further down to the south, here's where that storm, that line of storms is starting to bow out. So this is where we're going to see a lot more of those damaging wind gusts, potentially at least at about 60 miles an hour. And this is all moving east at about 45 to at times 50 miles an hour. So it's moving pretty quickly. And looking at SRV, earlier we're seeing quite a bit of spin just north of Canadian. It looks like that may have weakened a little bit, but we're still starting to see a few more kinks in that line as it moves off to the east. Looking at base wind velocity, right now, I'd say, especially around Canadian, just south of or just north of Clarendon, that's where we're seeing some of the stronger wind gusts right now. So not quite into Oklahoma just yet. Hail detector, this is not going to be a big hail event by any means. Right now, we're just still seeing some pockets of up to dime-size hail, but lots of rain within this. And again, it's moving east. It's moving very quickly at about 40 to 45. So looking at our storm track right now, that puts it in Laverne at 735, at May at 742, Woodward at 7:56, and Mutual at 8:10, Sayre at 8:09. You can see
8:09.
Carteret. He's moving just west of Sayre now. Elk City at 8:24, Bass Junction at 8:33, Retroff at 8:35, and Butler at about 8:38. So we're still tracking these, and initially as they move into western Oklahoma, there could be some larger hail, but really the main threat is going to be those damaging wind gusts, potentially at 70 miles an hour or even higher. But as it moves a little bit closer to Oklahoma City, eventually it should weaken. We could still see some stronger storms, even overnight tonight after midnight, but generally the threat for severe weather will decrease after midnight. But until then, we're tracking it. Stay with News 9. We'll keep you advised.
Okay, that's the latest one, and we really don't have too much to do right now, but I am watching it on this radar chart here and as well, and I'm actually watching. I mean, moving at 50 miles an hour. That's pretty darn fast. I mean, it'd be on one side there in 1 minute and a half an hour later, and it's not. And I'm going to try to put everything on backup here. In case I do lose power or something. And what I'm going to do right now is to what's the light at? Put the light on one end here. Got I got one light on. So if we do keep our power for the internet or something, and you can got a little extra light in here, and I'm gonna plug my phone charger on the USB on the other side of the bill here, and see if I can find it. Okay, got the phone and the light that's here. The two that's on this side actually kept on going so it will not lose the charge. I will not lose the light. I'm gonna actually point the light toward the toward the curtain there, so it will look dark. Not dark, but kind of light, and we'll be on for another 41 minutes. I don't know if we're gonna be here at. Well, the storm supposed to be here at 8:06. I'm not sure exactly when, but it'd be 8 something. Um, they're not gonna miss none of the programming. It says that we're gonna be live here. We're just now getting into Beckham County, but I would say that 23 miles away, so It ain't gonna move too far. Um, let's do that in the ring. I'm still gonna look for the. It look like all this rain that we have is gonna get some very good sizable flooding right now because we have not had this much rain. We just went into a thunderstorm warning just now, so as other than the last couple of minutes, we do got a thunderstorm warning right now for us until about 8:15 tonight. So it's just now entering the far from like Texas up to Sweetwater and whatever. I'm watching the. I wish we did not have this problem with the TV right now, but we are in TGIF does not agree with it, but the actual right bill with Channel 5 is accurately acting like it. I mean, guys, it's moving fast. These storms are moving so quick that you be scared. We're in the area of 60, 70 mile per hour winds right now, so and then one on the Nice. Um, But these are kind of storms that will create electrical blackout real quick. I mean, just like that. I mean, constant no electrical bill. And I just warned my niece that we do got some storms to the west of us right now that could cause some electrical black outage. And I do have my I'm actually watching the actual line now. As it heads into Beckham County. I mean, it's gonna but it's not ready to sort a storm warning until um, going back. Hold on. I can't go back here. Hold on. And we got a lot of storms to the west of us. I mean, we could go out at any moment. And we got probably 30 minutes. That should not have been allowed, but they do it.
The state line, but they are moving into far western Oklahoma. And I'm coming on here to warn our friends in western Oklahoma. We've already had a 97-mile-per-hour wind gust reported with these storms over in Texas, and this is going to be headed our way. Zooming in closer to far northwest Oklahoma, these are the storms here that I am watching. There is a line of storms here that is pushing further towards the east in our first row of counties here. This severe thunderstorm warning warned for 70-mile-per-hour winds, but I am expecting that to increase because of that reported wind gust, and that is going to be already in the direct path of Shattuck. So this is where we saw that reported wind gust of 97 miles an hour. Our friends from Shattuck to Arnett going to be seeing these strong winds moving in. We do have our storm chasers out. Derek Klein, you are going to be headed to where these strong winds are. What are the storms looking like where you're at now?
Yes, Sabrina, so we are just to the west, or really to the northeast of Shattuck, and we're headed that general direction right now so we can get in the quarters. You can see the lightning in front of me. We're really watching these storms that are developing to our north and then feeding into that. That lets us know that it has this circulation. So we're definitely concerned about the wind speeds that could come from these storms. So we're going to go out here to the west near Shattuck, and we'll check it out and let you know we see. Back to you.
Thanks, Derek, and we appreciate your report. Just a heads up with this, we do now have a new severe thunderstorm warning, warned for 90-mile-per-hour winds. That is destructive wind here. This is observed wind. This is going to be for Ellis County until 8:30 p.m. So as we zoom in closer towards where these strong winds are, this is where we're watching. This is that severe thunderstorm warning, this smaller polygon. That is where we're watching for those winds that could be around 90 miles an hour. From Shattuck, this is going to be to the north of Arnett, eventually going to be pushing closer towards our friends near Woodward. Zooming out further and further downstream where we're watching down the line here for these severe thunderstorms, also watching towards Cheyenne, also to Sayre. Keep it with KOCO 5 News and we'll bring you the first alert.
Hello, everybody. Hold on. Now, this is just right. Not to have KF or TV. There's a big old line of stores to the west of us, and we don't have a channel back yet. Not even yet. But that really pisses me off. Um, I cannot read that Camp Hot bill better. I mean, they got it bowled out right now, so it was not gonna. Um, um, I cannot guarantee you what's going to hit us yet. We may not continue tonight. Extend our letter to you guys tonight because of the because storms could knock out the internet here and knock us offline, and then can I get that to you? Well, I'll be able to text Lisa. I'll let her know. Um, uh, pardon me. Okay, without radio trans line here, we're going to get our channel back. This is the reason why I'm not very happy with the conversation they got. The conflict between Great and Next Star. Right, so there's work going on right now. We need that channel back. And there's no agreement. And that's how it sucks. I'm going to say those owners right now. You better accept this deal or else. Or you're going to get a deal that you don't want to refuse either. Since it happened several times with this network too. A long time ago. And I'm actually watching the storm that's coming in on the western side of the state. I mean, it's right now raining in Eric right now. Texel, Eric, it's just now starting to rain. And it's moving at 40 to 50 miles an hour. That is very, very quickly can go pretty bonkers now. And I was hoping by the day they will have agreement done by now. And they no. I'm actually going right back to the channel. And we do like that. And hell is now storming. That's what I think about that.
Destructive storms here. We have a reported wind gust in Texas with these storms 97 miles an hour. So these are destructive, at least for some of us here. We're going to zoom in to know what areas we really need to be watching out for. This entire line of storms moving towards the east, and they're only moving at about 35 miles an hour. Zooming in closer towards these storms, this is the big severe thunderstorm warning, but then this smaller one here to Shattuck. This smaller yellow polygon, that is the warning that is for 90-mile-per-hour winds just to across the border. That's where we had the 97-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and this is going to be impacting our friends in Shattuck and eventually pushing to the south side of Woodward, and even for some of you in Woodward as well. Here are the strong winds that are going to be moving across the border right now. Shattuck 283 in the path of these destructive, strong 90-mile-per-hour winds. We do storm chaser Derek Klein. He is out right next to the storm. Derek, what are you seeing?
Yeah, Sabrina, so we're seeing a lot of clouds around Mighte, even well on part of the storm, which really tells us about the intensity and the size of the updraft. The taller the storm, the more lightning we're going to see. So that tells us this is a really, really powerful storm. Definitely capable of extreme winds, again, in that 90-mile-per-hour range. So we're heading in, we're very close to gauge, so we'll be able to track this and really let you know what type of wind speeds there are in between Shattuck and Gage, and then we'll just track it all the way out through Fargo and into Woodward, and really let the folks know here in Northwest Oklahoma what is going to impact them as this storm comes in. So we'll continue to watch it and track it out here for you, and we'll let you know what we see. Back to you.
Thanks, Derek. We appreciate that report. We know you'll give us the latest as you move towards those storms. Quick update here that one town, Lipscomb, over in Texas, is still reporting those destructive wind speeds 10 minutes later after that storm to move through. What we're going to be seeing here are these storms and these strong winds moving towards Shattuck. And I want everyone in Shattuck to treat these winds as if it was a tornado coming towards you. That is how strong these winds are. These are straight line winds that are going to be moving towards Shattuck, Highway 283. And again, I want all of you from Fargo over towards Harmon and to the south side of Woodward, just to the south of Woodward, to really pay attention to this storm too. So closer towards the south from Cheyenne over to Sayre, you're not experiencing as strong of winds. This storm here is warned for about 70 miles an hour. We do have Buck King. He is on I-40 watching these storms as they're moving from Shamrock over towards west parts of Oklahoma. Buck, what's the storm looking like further south where you're at? It looks like we'll get back to Buck there. He might have some bad cell phone service there on that portion. Oh, looks like Buck is back. We can go ahead and try to toss you out to Buck. Buck, what's it looking like where you're at?
Yeah, Sabrina, we're just a little bit outside of Eric, and we're looking back to our north and west. We got the speeder band feeding in. We've had a wall cloud actually in a little bit earlier, and some little tunnels that have dropped down out of it. We haven't quite gotten any wind yet. It's pretty calm where our location is, and the lightning is beginning to increase, and the number of lightning strikes we've seen in the last couple of minutes has really picked up, and we probably sat here in 10 minutes exactly. And so, Eric, Sayre, and Elk City, you're next up in line. This storm is coming at you, and you want to stay weather aware. If we have anything, we'll report back. Back to you, Sabrina.
All likely going to start to see some storms there. Clinton, Hobart, Altus, all going to see some very strong winds, some very heavy rain as well. And then as the storms move closer to the Oklahoma City metro area and really the entire central part of the state, we are expecting some of those storms to begin to weaken, and that severe threat will begin to go down. But we'll likely still see several scattered showers, if not some isolated thunderstorms overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning. So stay with Fox 25. We've got your back. Going to continue to track this storm here over the next several hours.
I'm not leaving the elevator, so look out. They haven't probably turned the bill off.
Summer.
Seamus and Seamus.
Okay, I'll go turn it off right now until we get some more stuff, and we got approximately 20 minutes left, and we should be out here by 13 after the hour. I am watching some rain coming in right now on our weather app here, and I gotta go to the restroom bad. And right now, we just got put into a thunderstorm warning for Saturday right now, so we're going too far. Maybe 15 minutes. Um, hey, because of these storms, I gotta go right now. I'm going to the restroom right now. I'll be right back. back in, you informed our day then. We got 13 minutes anyway, and it looks like I got some pretty heavy rain coming in now, and we might want to go ahead and leave light here because something could happen to the power and it's going, oh, what happened? And I'm kind of um, uh, um, the stores that's coming up here this year look pretty mean. I mean, we're not guaranteed how fast this thing's gonna come through here. I mean, there's a lot of rain with this, and I feel like the stormy part won't be here for another 13 minutes. So we probably will have time to sign it out, and I got no. What's important for me is to protect myself too. So I don't want to be standing here with you guys online, and all of a sudden I disappear, and everyone's, oh, where's he at? Um, I'm kind of looking out for the weather who comes up next for the next report. And don't forget that Channel 4 is no longer available right now. They're not available because of the speed that's going on. And we got 10 minutes. I'm going to watch it from this 10 minutes to the next 10 minutes. And it's now starting to rain here in Sarah, but not as heavy. It is now starting to rain here in the downtown Sarah area, all over Sarah Plus here. And we'll go YAHOO next live, and don't forget we do not no longer have Channel 4 right now because of the speak that's going on between their owners and DirecTV. They're trying to break a deal. DirecTV's trying to break a deal with them to get the channel back, and nothing has prevailed to do so. And unfortunately, it's not happening right now at this moment, but I'm trying to look for a channel break on the weather and put the audio where it's from, and the last one was about 25 in Oklahoma City, and because we all know the channel numbers for our local area here, and it's really raining in Eric right now, like crazy, and the heavier parts to the west of them. I'm trying to scant. That's why I'm looking at the TV so much here. And no, we got 8 minutes, and it's supposed to be here at 8:09. The storm is supposed to be here at 8:09, so moving at almost 15 miles an hour is going to be close. If we didn't have to cut off, then we'd pour it. That'd be the last thing you might hear. I don't know. Right now it's 86 degrees outside. I mean, something with 86 degrees. A cool rain can cool down the temperature real quick, and that's very quick. And it looks like the severe part. It looks like all the storms are the main line's moving at 40, but some are moving this way and some are moving that way. Some this way and some this way. So kind of an awkwardly turn. I'm back, and I forgot to put that up a little while ago. No KFR TV Channel 4 yet. I hope we get it back soon as possible. Because Channel 4 is a big one on weather, and it was them that started it first. No other channel has ever done it but Channel 4 here in Oklahoma, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty good sized line for the next, half hour or so. I would say half an hour, because it looks like it's a 40-mile range of the storm right now, and this is minute by minute update every minute. So it's been raining for quite a while here crossing this here in Sarah, and supposed to be probably getting bad probably another hour or so here. I'm not sure it's gonna be right an hour from now or what. Because right now we got some the Sarah line is now under the storm that's coming into our part of Sarah has gone severe, so we got a severe storm coming this way, and we'll probably be offline by the time it gets here, and we should be offline. If we do not see us for quite some time, uh-oh. Let's see what that. It's no, according to 9 is 40 miles an hour. It's 5 is 50, so it could be some residential there a little bit. Other 2 storms that are a little bit going up, and I had not been able to check my emails today. The cell phone is on the charger on the computer right now until these storms go by, and
really packing a punch here. We have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, and we're going to walk through this here. This smaller polygon that is right over Shattuck and moving towards the south side of Woodward, that was originally warned for 90-mile-per-hour winds, a destructive storm as it was moving from Lipscomb, Texas, over into Oklahoma. That was because of a reported wind gust of 97 miles an hour. But what we're starting to see now is more of a weakening trend. We've only seen in Arnett about a 46-mile-per-hour wind gust. So a storm that we are continuing to watch as it pushes further towards the east, resuming it even closer. We do have storm chaser Derek Lane. He is right in the middle of the storm. Derek, what are the winds doing where you're at?
Yes, Sabrina. So right now they're not real strong where we're at. I would say we're probably about 40 to 45, similar to what you're seeing near Arnett. Now there is a little bit of motion, there's some rising motion and a little bit of circulation. So there's like a mesocyclone in this area, not making a tornado by any means. So a lot of times that can enhance the wind, and it's probably what caused the real strong wind near Lipscomb. So we're going to continue to track with that because I think that feature is what's going to cause some of the more significant wind gusts tonight across the state of Oklahoma. So we're going to continue to watch that, and we'll let you know exactly what we see. Back to you.
Thanks, Derek. We appreciate that report, and we know you'll give us the latest with those winds as they continue to push into far western Oklahoma. This is the area that we're talking about that was experiencing some stronger winds when it was over into Texas and some of that rising motion. He was also mentioning that he was noticing in that storm cloud. But this severe thunderstorm warning from the National Weather Service, they are going to downgrade it to a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust severe thunderstorm warning because we just have not seen that reported wind like we saw earlier. So that is great news to not see as strong of winds as it pushes closer towards the east. But putting a tracker on this where we would see some of the stronger winds reaching closer towards Fargo at about 821, Woodward at 844. As we go down the line of storms, still seeing some heavy rain towards Cheyenne and all the way down towards I-40. You can see this is going to be pushing down towards I-40 right now. Seeing this storm warned for about 70-mile-an-hour winds. And we put a tracker on this as it heads towards the east at about 35 or 40 miles an hour. So really not all that fast. We're reaching Hammond closer to about 829, Elk City at 833, Leedy 836, eventually towards Falls at about 850, 852, 853. As we even move further towards southwestern Oklahoma, there's also storms over in Texas that we're watching that are going to be pushing in to far southwestern portions of the state, even to the south of Eric. So these are the storms here we're watching, again, far western Oklahoma that are pushing towards the east at about 30 to 40 miles an hour. These storms not going to be reaching the I-35 corridor until we get closer to about 11 o'clock or midnight for tonight. Keep it with KOCO 5 News, and we'll bring you the first alert.
Bye. See you guys in the morning. Be safe and see y'all tomorrow. Bye.